Hello everyone. There is a spiritual equation. The equation is substance is always inverse proportional to ponderability. So, the wandering or the monkey mind, if it needs to be still or it needs to be in silence, the mental substance has to be changed. So, the mental substance is a mixture of three things. It is a mixture of a substance of inertia, a mixture of a rajasic substance, that is motion, and the third substance is rhythmic harmonious substance, that is what we call it as Sattwaguna, Rajoguna and Tamoguna. So, once the mental substance, this Tamoguna and Rajoguna, if they can be made into a harmonious or sattvic substance, then the ponderability or wandering mind will become still. That is the equation of spiritual science. So, in spiritual science, biggest concept is consciousness. In technical terms, if you observe your personality and become aware of the issues, then the process is termed as consciousness. If it is happening in your physical level, emotional level and mind level activities, if you observe and become one with them, then in technical terms it is called as a person has become conscious of it. Beyond the mind, you go to intuitional body, atmic level, monadic level or divine level. The same process if happens in the above bodies or non-local domain, then technically it is known as awareness, and if it happens at the topmost level, then it is known as vigilance. So, the same intensity, like consciousness is personality oriented, awareness is intuitional body level thing, and the vigilance is divine body level thing. So, this is the most interesting and most researched concept is consciousness and awareness and vigilance. These three things are the byproducts of meditation. Like you do meditation, you start observing breath, then slowly you start seeing what are all the non-essential things in your physical life. For example, people come to meditation because some habits are self-sabotaging them. Then once you start meditating, what happens is you become conscious of those things and all the things which are not essential for your evolution, then you drop them because they are not you. That is what you understand through meditation. You become conscious and you drop them. So, you become physically conscious, emotionally conscious, mentally conscious. Then these three bodies become more integrated. This integration of physical, emotional and mental bodies, once they become integrated without any gaps and without any cleavages, then they are called as souls. So, after soul, then you do more deep meditation or more deeper works and deeper layers of meditation, you become more aware of planetary sources, solar system sources and cosmic level sources. This is how the things are systematically designed. So, I would like to share you some levels of consciousness which I have researched or which I have understood through reading books, through observing so many people for 25 years. The first consciousness I would like to discuss is, it is known as alarmed consciousness. Alarmed consciousness, it happens to so many people if you observe them with unbiased mind. Something really big, something happens in their lives and a big alarm inside them, it shouts. So, to take a U-turn or make a big decision in their life, if you listen to that alarm, inside alarm, then you start changing your life things. It happens to so many people. The alarmed consciousness, if you can really listen to a alarm system inside you, will guide you what kind of decision you need to make. Then the second stage is, once this alarmed consciousness is attended to, then slowly people increase their consciousness to inquiry consciousness. Inquiry consciousness is a consciousness is like people start questioning the ultimate things, like what is the purpose of life, my life, who am I, why I am come to this earth plane, where is my life taking me. So all these questions make your consciousness to search for the answers. That is where people like go to teachers, search for books, search for solutions, search in Google most these days. What are they searching for? People search for the permanent answers so that they can get some contentment after getting the answers. This is a very beautiful stage of life. Then after some time period, the consciousness stage every person enters is known as knocking consciousness. Knocking consciousness is like you know the right place where, so that you go and knock, the door will be open, like you ask, things will be given to you. This thing you understand at the third stage of consciousness. After knocking consciousness, certainly like people enter into the mind domain, and the topmost thing one has to learn once you do the inner journey is sword carrier consciousness. Sword carrier consciousness means you can make right choices. Like you have mental body light, so that you discriminate between what is the temporary and what is permanent, what is right direction and what is wrong direction. Your choice making, your adaptability, your discrimination levels, you become more comfortable with them. That is why it is known as sword carrier consciousness. Sword carrier consciousness means something, a sword which cuts out the wrong things and right things and make you go in the right direction. Then we enter some interesting adventurous consciousness level, reminiscence consciousness. Reminiscence consciousness is like you expand so much of by observing your inner life. You collect all your past talents, past skills, past memories, and you work out with them. You close all your past bank account. That is why it is known as reminiscing consciousness. After reminiscence consciousness, some inner journey souls, they enter a consciousness level called as transmitting consciousness. Transmitting consciousness is like you become like an antenna. Whatever you go inside, whatever insights or knowledge or wisdom part, all the things which you have known throughout your life, you transmit it to the humanity. And the next most important stage is people become more fearless. After a long journey, people will become fearless. Fearless means n number of people living on the earth plane, everybody has a unique fear, and you need to address those fears. There are so many fears on this earth plane. So only the answer for that fear is everybody inside themselves should cultivate that fearlessness stage. That fearlessness stage needs to be addressed. That is why it takes so much of time. That is why the seventh stage is known as fearlessness consciousness. Then people, every individual start with a vision or with a small project work, people start working out. And initially, anybody who starts a project or have a vision or a purpose oriented vision in their life, they never get the amount of applause they need. So, the next consciousness level, we can call it as lamp of the desert. For example, Patriji, when I met Patriji in 1995, he had a big vision of giving meditation and vegetarianism to the earth plane, but we never had a big group or people who are they never supported at that time. So, it took 25 years or 30 years for him to do shift from lamp of the desert consciousness to the next level of consciousness, as I call it as lion of the desert. It means you need to manifest or actualize or materialize one's vision, but very few people put that 30-40 years of work to make the consciousness from that lamp of the desert to lion of the desert consciousness change. So, all visions which are full of beautiful things, once they materialize, if we do selfless work, more integrated work, a work without expectations, if we can really render such kind of work for 30-40 years, I think every individual can come to a stage called lion of the desert consciousness. Then we can call every individual as a Buddha, as a Jesus, as a Krishna or Muhammad Prophet or any great master. Technically, they are nothing but they are lion of the desert consciousness level. Then the last consciousness, we can name it as co-creator consciousness. After we achieve or we manifest, actualize or materialize our visions for the common good, all common good visions, projects, if they get materialized, then the earth will be the heaven. That is what is the stage called co-creator consciousness. So, this is what is the plan and the purpose, and if at all people become more conscious, if they become more aware, if people become more vigilant with their inner domain, then this kind of things can prevail on the earth. So, start becoming more conscious, expand your consciousness, expand your awareness, and become more vigilant through science of meditation. So, all these consciousness stages, what all we discussed now, you can go through all autobiographies of great masters like Mahatma Gandhi, autobiography of a yogi, autobiography of Stockholm Syndrome. All these autobiographies, all these books are nothing but reflections of all this consciousness. Swajaya meditation with Swajaya and Sajjana Sangatyam make people go on, increase their consciousness level from fundamental level to the infinitum. All these things happen through regular meditation, scientific meditation. You become more conscious, you become aware, then you become vigilant, and you help through your service every individual to become more conscious, more aware and more vigilant. So, the lion of the desert and the lamp of the desert consciousness is nothing but in the spiritual terminology, people call it as super conscious or group conscious. But this understanding helps people to do their inner journey without any breaks. So, there are so many beautiful authors, beautiful teachers throughout the earth. If you are interested in consciousness research work, I can give you 2 or 3 names. You can go to their websites and know more about this topic. The first person is Stockholm Syndrome. He wrote 3 volumes regarding consciousness. Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. And the second person whom I got so much inspired and known lot of things is, his name is Richard Moss. He wrote a book called Mandala of Being. Such a beautiful book where you can cultivate an enormous amount of awareness. And the third person where you can learn more about this consciousness word is, his name is Rupert Spira. He wrote a book on consciousness, and the entire work is regarding consciousness. So, these are the people whom I learned this concept of consciousness, and so happy that I could present this concept to all masters of United States of America, and thank you very much.